We are
Podcast is
live.
live. Nice.
Whenever people decide to show up, they will find out about how much I just burnt my chain. And it is no,
Shit, we got a solid 5 subscribers. 32 subscribers, bro. Like that's pretty solid for one stream.
yeah.
Pretty
No,
solid numbers.
I think we're gaining our ground. Hope people decide to show up. If they don't, no worries. We'll come back to it when they decide to.
When they can,
And
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna send some text messages out, right? Yeah, get some viewers in at least. See if anybody wanna watch. But yeah, man, let's get it. All right. I should have sent those out earlier too, but whatever. All right. So what's the first thing we talking about today, brother? Oh well, we can wait for a few people to come in. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Let me retweet this. What's good, everybody?
One sec.
All right. We are live. Did you see Gary's intro? You probably didn't get a chance to see it. He was probably getting everything ready.
Gary, Funny Jim?
He had a solid like live intro right before he kind of
Oh,
went live. It was pretty dope.
no, I have not seen that. That's
When
gotta
you get
go
a
back
chance,
and check that
yeah,
out.
when you get off this, yeah, definitely check it out. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Will do. What time is it? Okay, I'll give it to like 4:10. Let people kind of trickle in if they decide to.
All right.
Hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. Whoever is watching out there, hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, relaxing a bit,
Straight
whether
up.
it's the morning, afternoon, or the night. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
We're gonna definitely try to get these more consistent. Try to find a solid day to go on.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea of either doing it Friday or even something like say like Sunday
Mm-hmm.
because I know there isn't a lot of people that do stream on Sundays, so I'm happy to do it.
Me
But
too.
yeah, we'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. We'll see what the people want. If
Yeah,
folks
for
are
real.
saying no, do it on Mondays. Got to
Yeah,
give the people what they need, man.
yeah, that's very true, bro. That is very true. Can't wait to see what else. I'm just reading some of the Twitter joints. Okay, everybody. There we go. What's the first topic we're gonna get into?
Just wanted to kind of talk about Hex a bit
Yeah,
and go over what the plans were with Hex and with Pulse Chain, and kind of just tie that into how we're making decisions in our real life and how those real decisions get broadcasted and how those broadcasts turn into that network effect, right? Or
yeah,
everybody else is like, oh, what is that? What's Pulse or what's Hex? And they start looking a little deeper. So recently, everybody hopefully saw the Richard stream, kind of reminding everybody to stay on top of your wealth. Don't fall behind and start collecting things too early. Don't start getting into these watches and stuff like that too early. It's not the time just yet.
yeah,
Um, as a reminder, we are here to treat ourselves to a better tomorrow.
yeah,
We're not here to brag and boast and give everything that we want today. The promises are for tomorrow. And the only promises we set are the ones that we've put in with the smart contract, right?
yeah,
The
yeah,
ones that we've decided to stake away, and we've made that little truth to the truth engine. So that being said, I don't like seeing people going out there buying a bunch of extravagant crap right now. I think it is a bad decision. Granted, I came in at like 1 cent, 2 cents. So of course it's gonna be like me saying, I'm only up 9, 10x, compared to some of these other guys. So of course
right.
I'm gonna say don't take the profits just yet.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think like Richard just keeps reminding us again and again and again and again and again, like you guys don't realize how silly this price chart is about to be. Like it is really gonna like make you wake up, look at it, and throw up, you know, because you're just not gonna be used to having that much money.
That's true.
And I look forward to the day, you know, where to wake up and just kind of panicky, like, oh my God, like, you know, but I think a lot of people are getting caught up with that trader mentality still, you know,
Right.
because there hasn't been that much of a disconnect yet. And so I do like seeing that people spend their money on Hex merchandise and stuff like that, Hex inspired merchandise or Pulse Chain merchandise, Pulse Chain inspired merchandise. I love seeing that because, you know, they're wearing it and they're wearing it. I don't know if, again, to be a brand for Hex,
Yeah.
or is it because their personality is sounded off through Hex, you know? Because
Right.
I mean, we have one hell of a community. So when somebody's putting that shirt on, are they putting that shirt on because they love the community, or are they putting that shirt on because they love the fucking game so much? You know,
Right.
they're just
Right.
crazy about it.
Yeah.
So what I find interesting is that in Hex, it's like a little bit of both, because there's tons of those Bitcoin shirts, there's Safe Moon shirts, Dogecoin shirts, but you know, people are buying Dogecoin shirts for the same reason they're buying Dogecoin,
Right.
is because it's a meme, right? It's just funny, it's cute, it's parody. So the merchandise doesn't have to be hard hitting and it doesn't have to be groundbreaking, but Hex is groundbreaking. Hex is pivotal. Hex is the light in the dark. Hex is different. So why should we treat it like it's just any other cryptocurrency and just make stock merchandise with billboards slapped on the front of them? So that way somebody can look at it and be like, oh, it's another buy the dip shirt with a different logo on it.
Right.
You know, they make those buy the dip shirts in Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They all have those buy the dip shirts.
Right.
So nothing against it. Again, I own a buy the dip shirt, a Hex buy the dip shirt. I'm happy to own it. But I'm just saying is at the end of the day, that's good for now.
Mhm.
But again, like let's take it a step further. Let's go down that rabbit hole, and without the expectation of the work of others.
Right.
Why don't me and you do that ourselves?
Right.
You know, and that's what I want to get to. Is the fact of the matter is that we as Hexicans all do really dope stuff. We all do individually very dope stuff. So what is it that you do or I do or the next guy does? And let's really take control of that, and let's honor those traits versus us running to Hex because we're looking for our wealth, right? And we're looking for our golden ticket.
Right, exactly.
Why don't we make our golden ticket here with the community?
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
Without the expectations of others, just the expectations of the work of yourself.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so that's what I see that we need to improve on in this community. Is just the merchandise is lacking.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw that in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my big deal in Vegas. It was like everybody had like Hex stuff on, but it was so inconsistent with the quality. Some people had better stuff on others. And it's like, and that's cool, but it's just like when we go out, especially when we do events, everybody should be uniform. You should wear your own, whatever, you know, item that you feel like is your style, your character, or who represents you. You wear that, but it's going to be a large selection, well, a nice selection of different things that people can choose from based on who they are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's definitely the case, but we also want to give the quality that is deserved to the Hex community because Richard speaks about Rolexes, Louis Vuitton, stuff like that. I come from that. Like I'm from the culture of like high end shit. Like we love it. Like like that's what we know, and it definitely holds a clout or a standard when you're wearing this stuff. So if we're representing ourselves as Hexicans who stand behind quality work, and that includes the coding itself, right? Why not have the merch speak for itself as well? Like everything that we do as Hexicans should be quality.
Yeah.
Everything, bro. Like that's how I look at it. Like you can't talk about $250,000 Rolexes and you wearing, a $10 tee. Like it's not the same.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I just want to give that Philip. Not even because it's a lot of graphic stuff, but like more of that realm of like just quality work and just kind of give people the fire that they deserve, bro. Like straight up.
Exactly.
And I want us to look fly, bro. Like look, this is a 400. This is 400 GSM. The sweater I have on. So this is a heavy sweater. I wear it around the house because it's chilly in here. I keep the AC on, and I just wear my 400 GSM sweater. These are the kind of sweaters that we should have for hexagons.
Exactly.
Big bulky sweaters that are nice sized and nice printed, and you know what I mean. So I'm like, okay, well, we can get this done for sure. We know what quality should be. You on the West Coast, you got factories up and down, and I can fly out and we can get shit moving, man. I'm just wanting to see like the support, which I know is there from the hexagons, right? So I'm not really worried about that as much. It's just you and I coming together and making sure that we execute this the right way, making sure it's least work on us as far as like delivering and making sure everybody gets this stuff on time. But you and I sit down, we'll talk about what other companies we can collaborate with, other manufacturers we can collaborate with, because I have a bunch of them, bro. So I'm not even worried about that. I'm doing this shit for over 15 years, bro. So getting this stuff done is not the problem. It's really making sure that the clientele is there, making sure that they love what we're doing. And man, listen, I know I can speak for myself. I'm gonna bring fire.
Yeah.
And based on your graphics, bro, we gonna kill this shit.
Yeah. No, exactly. I can't do anything less. You know what I mean? And to address Will's comment here, discussing how to become a fresh target, are we? Nah, Wells. I'm not saying we go out there and we got, $1 million worth of jewels on or even $1 million worth of clothing on, bro. I'm just saying like let's get the quality in our clothing that we put into the quality and everything else, Not necessarily do we have to spend an arm and a leg on everything, but just maybe pay attention to what you're buying. Why are you buying it? Is there a quality you're going after? Is there a Nike shirt that feels better than an Adidas shirt?
I do one better. Wells will know about polo.
Yeah, there you go. Low down.
Your low life and all that. Yeah.
Exactly.
You just want quality stuff that's going to be like, all right, I keep this sweater. If I wash this sweater 27 times, it doesn't change color. It doesn't lose weight. Like, that's what you want. Like, I think Richard had like a Philip Flam or whatever homeboy's name is.
Yeah, Plan.
He had this shirt on and it's like, yo, don't dry that shirt.
Yeah, no, that thing shrunk. Exactly. Yeah, no, you dry that shirt. That's the last time you wore it.
Give it to your girlfriend now because it's over.
Yeah, exactly. No, and for real, and that's like all I'm trying to get at with the Hex merch that we have now. Like the stuff that I have, I love it. I still wear it, bro. But I definitely can tell you that like the graphics peel, the stuff isn't as high quality as it could be. I see the logo, like the Hex logo on one of those sites. I don't even know what it's called. But the Hex logo doesn't even have like a third hexagon in it. It only has two. Like, so the logo isn't even correct. Now, I don't know if that's them trying to, just trying to go under, trying to go under that radar, not get hit with anything. But it's like, I don't know. I've just
not the approach you take it because it doesn't stay consistent with what everybody else is trying to do and wearing. Right? Like we all got to stay consistent. Like that's the most important thing, the consistency within the community. Like if we stand on the blockchain, we stand on Hex and what it stands for, and the fact that it has all these immutable laws and it's a done project, like that's quality work. No one is giving you that in the industry right now, as far as crypto. Nobody's giving that, and that's why I stand behind Hex. Like I believe in it. Like that's why the name in Hex we trust. As soon as I knew like how it worked, bro, I was just like, no brainer now. I'm locked in. Like I changed my Instagram. I changed my my Twitter name immediately as soon as I got into Hex. Because before Hex, bro, I was trading, trying to see what the next coin was, and that shit is annoying and it's stressful. You wake up every morning, you're at your computer like, did I lose my fucking money? Like, and don't get nervous and put a password in wrong or something. You're gonna lose your money. So that stress is perfect. So I want to be able to still do. I want us to be able to still do that for the merch, for the community, where we bring in quality jackets, quality t-shirts, even sweatsuits. And just give people that quality stuff that they need. And also, I think what it'll do is it'll grab some steam and some momentum. And I think it'll bring in new people, to pull in new people, new fashionistas, more people with culture.
I agree.
Definitely. I
totally agree. And that's the exact approach that I believe Richard is taking. There's a reason why he shows off the monogram, he shows off the Philip Plain hexagon logos, because if we can kind of gravitate towards that, and we gravitate towards becoming the Rolex community and stuff like that, like that smells like money, bro.
Always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and your merch gotta match it.
Exactly. And if people are, whether your merch smells like money, or your watches smell like money, or the crypto you're investing smells like money, whatever angle somebody's coming in off the hip for, you having this diamond technique about it, where it's sharp from all angles. You know what I mean? Where you can't say shit about it, bro. Like that's the one thing. Exactly. And that's what I feel like is our weakest point, is this, our merch. I think we got to do better. Like,
we'll shit on all the other cryptos. We're not that we're not doing that already, though. Right? But if
we do that any day.
We do that consistently, no problem. No one comes in the Hex community trying to fuck with nobody over here. We don't play that. And I love that about the community. Like, we don't play no games. We don't have to even. We're all on the same business. We're on the same time. We're with the fuckery if you want it. Come over if you want. Exactly. We're with it. And that's what I love about the community. And I love the fact that we stick together as far as like helping each other out and take it and helping each other get to the next level where we belong. You know, like we have a lot of old school guys that I love, and they are the leaders they're the OG leaders. We're right behind these guys. We need to be bringing in other, you know, syndicates and other hexagons, or having them to adopt the crypto itself and the culture, really the culture itself, the hexagon culture, like everything that stands for. So if did you see? I'm sure you saw the video that Richard just posted, and Hexologist edited it, and I forgot the artist's name. Did you see that yet?
The
song,
that song where it goes, I got like my hex from the start.
Yeah. But you see how you can bring in, like, no other crypto is really trying to bring in like the culture, like the hip hop culture, or just other streams of like, yo, let's funnel these people in. These are people that are not even being targeted. Like, what?
Yeah.
And I tell you right now, the money's there.
No, for real, bro. And that's the thing, right? Is like, when I came in, I was like, okay, the music, that's cool. I was like, it's kind of weird, but you know, I'm here for it, because I was just new to everything. So, you know, to be a fly on a wall to it all, bro, it's crazy. And yeah, Cryptomatic, I agree. That new song is fire. That's what I was going to say, is like our music has gotten better. And that's grown. And that's only been like a year and 8 months or something like that, 9 months. So, I mean, dude, we're chugging along. We're finding, you know, artists that are staying consistent and true to loving Hex. Like any artist that I've found, even my homie here, Hexboo, he's a DJ, bro, and he's like started thinking about doing like a Hex mix. I mean, we know about DJ Cryptomatic. He does Hex mixes every day, you know, like so it's just like you can't help but talk about it, even in that thing that you do every day. You know, if you're a musician every day, these musicians still want to find a way to talk about it. Like if you're a designer or anything like that, you work with clothing, you still want to work it into anything you're doing.
Absolutely,
like I love just the shape of a hexagon more than ever now. You know what I mean? And like I see it and I'm like, dude, you could take a jacket and the inside just do quilted hexagons all on the whole thing. You know what I mean? Instead of like
we gonna get crazy, bro. Because I like the ideas that I have, bro. I'm talking about. I'm trying to. We're gonna talk offline because I don't even want to even take it there yet. But I got some dope ideas, bro. I'm telling you. I'm talking about when I tell you them, you're like this. Oh shit! And it's just stuff that I sit on from old designs I've done. Me just kind of running the factory for 4 years. Me running into mistakes and knowing better next time. You know, like all right, like okay. For instance, you know, just knowing how long it takes, how many workers it takes to put the jacket together or a t-shirt or whatever it is, knowing how long it takes, how many pieces I need, what's the turnaround time. I know all these things because I've experienced and been in the industry for so long with it, and especially when, you know, you're doing things overseas. But I have a factory in New York that can get stuff done. Of course, it's a little bit more, but you'll see the difference in quality. You know, so maybe we'll do some of the samples in New York at the factory I have there. And then maybe we'll outsource some stuff once it gets a little bit bigger. But again, still very, very limited. That's the key to this whole thing. That's the key.
Yeah, I agree.
Limitless T-shares.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Shout out to Maddie. I was watching his stream earlier, and I hadn't really looked more into the Vegas conference for 2022, and I saw that he said it was going to be like 1,369 tickets. You know,
okay, so that's what it's left.
1,369. You know, very hex number, and that's just fire. You know what I mean? That's dope. That's the idea that we want to have, is just an engaging community. Because like when we are able to quantify things and gamify things, that's only when I feel like our community starts to take notice.
Yeah.
Because
it's not interesting otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, people got into hex off the rip with, you know, okay, you can get it in with free Bitcoin claiming, and you get all your stuff. People use the adoption amplifier, got extra hex there. Like there's so much gamification behind it, big payday, you know, stuff like that. Like all these elements that not a single other cryptocurrency can say that they've done. And you can call it a cash grab. You can call it, you know, a scheme or a ploy, however you want to call it. But at the end of the day, that boils down to just pure engagement, right? Nobody else can make those trades up. Like those are real deal hexicans, like making those trades, making those purchases, getting that free hex, whether it's Bitcoin, the adoption amplifier, you know, big payday, interest bonus, whatever. They did the work, you know what I mean? And they put it in. And I think I saw even Motley saying something about that not too long ago on Twitter. And he was just like, you know, a lot of people will say that, you know, you sat back and you got into hex and you think you made it. But the reality is like you had to listen through so much FUD, through so many frurus telling you that you were wrong. You had to like listen to see if there was some, you know, red herring message in Richard's words. You know, you were tripping, you were starting to second guess yourself, and you got rich off of that. Like, you know, you should feel humbled and you should feel honored. You should feel blessed, and no, you shouldn't have to watch your tone around anybody that says otherwise. Because the way I see it, bro, is if a hexagon, like we just saw somebody cash out like what, like close to $1 million today. It was like $900,000 somebody cashed out.
Yeah.
Like
we didn't feel that.
We didn't feel that. Like we didn't feel that. All that was somebody that just got minted $1 million. Good for them, you know. And that's all we say about each other. It's just good for them. I'm never mad at anybody selling. I'm just saying, thank you. You know, your time is now. My time is later. Thank you for taking your turn now, so we don't have to fight over it later. You know, you know, you wanted your money now. That's cool. I'll take mine later plus interest. So, you know, there's just a couple ways to play it, and I think we have to realize that we have to apply those same mechanics in whatever we do surrounding hex as well. You know, if you're going to be doing clothing, you know, such as us, let's go ahead and try and add some gamification to it.
Absolutely.
If you're a good musician, maybe try and find a way to add some gamification to it. Maybe there's an NFT that you can do of your song. Maybe there's a video that you can NFT for your song. I'm not one for NFTs. I don't buy them left and right. I'm not one of those eight club yachts or whatever they call 8 yacht clubs. I'm going to get butchered someday in the comments about this, but I'm not in there like that. But I definitely can see where if you have a following and you have people willing to buy stuff from you as is, it is not too hard to sell an NFT.
No.
That fool Tory Lanez like sold 1 million copies for $1 each. Literally, like you got a platinum record because you sold 1 million copies
for $1.
For $1, and you got all that $1 million because it wasn't done through the label; it was done independently. So, what, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this gamification is totally accessible. It's right at our fingertips, and we love paying each other in hex, bro. You know, like everybody loves to do that. Nobody hates nobody hates that, bro. Like if you pay me in hex, I will love you because you're saving me a step because I'm just gonna turn around and turn it into hex anyhow. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and I think that's another approach we definitely should take with the community and us doing the merch, the luxury merch is being paid in hex and not trying to take fiat for it because it defeats the purpose. Like the money is gonna go back into the merch and developing better websites, better items, better merchandise, better like we're gonna do the search, the research and development with the funds. So you might as well just put it into Hex, because if we're staking things out, that gives us more time to develop, and then we'll know based on dates and how much money we'll actually have accumulated to get new collections done. Like we'll create the game theory with inside the Hex community as well to make it make sense, because dates make sense, man. Like how Richard did the big payday. That was a big deal. You know, I want to do something like that. That's a gamification. Like it's like you missed that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you missed that. Ooh.
Yeah, ain't gonna be another one of those, brother. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, and then it's crazy because right, like that FOMO that it creates well after, like, bro, people are still sending to the sacrifice address. Like, what rate are they even getting at this point?
And they
don't
care.
Like, what rate are they even getting? Yeah, exactly. And that's like commendable because they want to be part of something. They want to be, but again, they didn't pay attention, you know, and they're not gonna get what they had coming to them because they didn't play the game right. You know, they didn't play the game well at all. And the way I see it being done, like, and I hope like we can come to an agreement, is like I'm happy to take fiat because I know like at the end of the day, most of us still work, and that's how a lot of the world is still being accessed, and we have to work around that. However, I would like to encourage that anybody who does donate, anybody that does get merchandise from us, get clothing, anything, whether we start producing big old leather jackets or their t-shirts or ties, whatever, if you spend in crypto, if you spend in Hex or Ethereum or soon to be Pulse, I'll happily give a discount there. So that way you have the motivation to go ahead and pay in Hex or other crypto. So that way you don't have to. If you want to use fiat, by all means, you know, I'm not going to shame you. I understand. I use fiat every day. I just went to a Wiener Schnitzel. I had to unfortunately use fiat. They didn't take Ethereum. It would have costed me $67 instead if I wanted to pay with Ethereum. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I would love to encourage people to pay in crypto. And that being said, if you do decide to pay in crypto, I will be happy to take a discount on whatever the sticker price is to encourage you all. But yeah, I agree. I want to see a limited number per each item, you know, whether that's, you know, like hot numbers like 369, 5555, or just any iteration of any of those,
we could decide that amongst you and I as well, because you know 555 sounds better for like maybe smaller things, hats, t-shirts, something like that. And then the bigger things, 369, things like that, that'd be for more expensive things, more things that kind of like take a little bit more space, manufacturing costs, etc., etc. And then we'll base it off or gamify it based on numbers and limited edition pieces, or you know, collabs with you know, other hexagons within the community as well. Because I feel like a lot of the hexagons have brilliant ideas. Like just with the little bit of communication that I did, you know, encounter within the after I tweeted the jacket, the ideas, bro, just kind of like it gets you thinking and moving, and like, oh wow, that is a good idea, you know, on and so forth. And it's just kind of like it does make things easier when you do things in a community, man. Like you just, and then also the fact that everybody's involved, you're not expected work from, you're not, you know, it's not work from others. It's really a group effort. It's like, no, we did this all together. You know, like I put it out on Twitter, got some feedback, changed some designs. Everybody was included. It wasn't just one person. Everybody, the whole community had an input on it. Changes. I love the fact that, you know, creating a jacket for each level. You know, whether you're a shrimp or if you're a fucking Poseidon, you should get a jacket. You know, like each jacket should cost a little bit more to make, because, you know, being at the fact that you're you know, in that particular class, I know you don't have much money to kind of play with, so you can't charge $3,000 a jacket or something like that when you're strength. You're not in the place to even be spending that kind of money, and that's not what we want to do. You know, so if you make a jacket for strength, maybe it's a flight, maybe it's something like that where you can afford it. But that's another game. So.
Exactly, and that is an amazing idea. Like those are the type of ideas that I think other, you know, people who are inspired by clothing that are hearing this in the Hex community, not even just us, you know, I think they should all do that too. You know, they should all get into those sort of mentalities that, hey, you know, there is a staker class system here, right? Yeah. So in that class system, everybody's got collectively this range of a bag, right? So I mean, you can kind of spitball like what we're working with here, but I do know some dolphins out there who got nothing. They are entirely a millionaire on their phone, and then outside of that, they're eating leftovers. So
I'm kind of in the same. I'm in a similar boat. Bro, I do so much different shit, but I'm like, do I like? We really have to delay gratification in order to do the shit we really want to do. Like the dope shit that I want to do, I have to wait. I have to put this money away. I have to sit back and I have to wait, bro. Because if I don't do that, then I'm really chasing my tail in real time.
Facts. Yep.
I've done it. I've been there, and it's like I've spent a bunch of fucking money on developing and doing things and doing all the work myself and get pretty far. But then I've been in positions where I've outgrown myself.
Yeah.
So not having enough money, not having enough staff, I've done that. I've been in that position. It's not a good feeling. So the Hex community, bro, is solid because I feel like I can kind of rely on like the support from you guys, bro. Like I feel like if we can create something, we'll get the support we need, man. For sure. For sure.
Facts. And if I can, bro, hey Hiroshi, I don't want to dox you, but I'm trying to let the people know how you could potentially plug us in your neck of the woods in Florida. Let me know if I can talk you up a bit, because I think this would be a great spot to kind of let the people know that we could potentially get this stuff out there to even a storefront. And because I have a couple ones over here in Los Angeles, no problem. It wouldn't be too much to get it in there. But I don't want to dox my man over here too much. Okay, he said, yeah, of course. So my bro over here, he works with a shoe gallery.
Florida. Yeah. I've done stuff with shoe gallery. My boy,
yeah.
Dang. Okay, yeah. Dope.
Yeah. Bro right here is a Nasty Cybot on Instagram. If you follow him there. But he's definitely plugged in, bro. He's in there working every single damn day, and I see him with all of the clothing, all the essential collabs, like every single collab that comes through his door is always selling out. And this fool's got like one to keep for himself. Like he's doing hot stuff. So I see that there is like a lot of traffic that goes through that store, 100%, because they get exclusives. You know,
bro, I used to get all my sneakers basically for discount or retail price when I was doing stuff for the shoe gallery. I had all my clothes in the shoe gallery, bro. All my clothes,
exactly. Because that's the spot right there, bro. Like that gets a lot of traffic. So my boy Hiroshi, if you're listening to this loud and clear, I would love to send you some merchandise when we get this show going here, maybe in the next couple of weeks. Send you out a care package, and if you could put them up in somewhere in a corner, or let me know what you think, I'd be happy to make sure that your pockets are lined at the end of the day.
Well, we want you to talk to Danny first and get the permission for sure, and then we'll go from there. Talk to Danny first. We want no issues.
I don't want a contract and all that, bro. I'm just trying to help y'all. I just want to help myself too. Help me help you, bro, wherever we can. Nah, but he's a great guy, bro. That was one of the folks I just recently onboarded not too long ago. Probably like right around April.
Well, welcome, bro.
Yeah, he was in there. He was in there like early.
The buyer. All right, bro. That's what I like to hear. I used to deal with Danny. My bad, man.
That's what I like to hear, bro. For real, that's what I like to hear, bro. So like my boy here, like I think he was in there. Hiroshi, you were in here early, and then he said that he just wasn't clicking with it. He wasn't sure about it, and he kind of got FOMO'd out, fudded out. And then I told him, like, bro, coming back in with like a clear perspective, and I just told him like all the things on chain that I was seeing, everything that I was showing him, like from a math standpoint, and we were just talking about it culturally, and he was like, oh, okay, like never mind, this is really clicking, bro. Like you might just have like got me back in. And we checked in on each other today, updated each other. He's doing good, I'm doing good, everybody's making money, and that's what everybody does here. You know,
Dope.
can't be mad at that.
Well, let's get it, man. I think the community that we have, man, has so many resources, man. We're so international, so spread it. I just feel like we just got to get a little bit more of a younger coach in. You know, the younger kids that's like 18, 19, because that's exactly what these other people, the other cryptos are doing now. You know, they're bringing in younger people. They're trying to target the younger crowd because that's where the money is essentially at, right? Like, you know, older people already invested in stock. Older people are already invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum. So when they hear things like Hex and they see the gamification of it, they don't want to even be bothered with it because they already have money. Like it doesn't help them for them to lock their money up with Hex for so long to benefit other people and then delay their gratifications for later. That doesn't make sense for a lot of them, but it makes sense for a kid. It makes sense for a teen or a young adult, someone just out of college. That's what we need to be targeting. You know, the Supreme wearers, the Fear God wearers, like stop spending your money on that shit, right? And let's take some of that money and let's stake some of that money, and then we'll hook you up with fucking dope Hex shit anyway. Save your money, spend your money where you no, seriously, because save your money, don't buy that shit. I can guarantee you we can give you, if not the same quality, because I've been doing this for so long, if not better, bro.
Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. And what I love is we're getting ready to go do this road trip thing. We're stopping off in Riverside. And we're stopping at the university over here. So I was already talking to some people that go to the university out there, trying to get them to spread the word over here in California. And it's just good to hear, bro, because I'm running into more kids that are like understanding like, oh, okay, I got 5 years, like I got 3 years of my life, or my time to risk tolerance is 7 years. Like, I think I can afford 7 years. It's good. It's good to hear that finally, because I know it took me for forever, bro. Fast living, just, keeping up with the noise. And then I just ran out one day and I'm like, look, I'm just running myself thin, spending money like left and right, keeping up with appearances. I'm not even happy spending all this money. Like, and then you're like, wait, why don't I just save this money? Yeah. Like, oh, I never had a vehicle worth saving it for. You know?
You seem like the guy that kind of like always kind of like been kind of frugal with the money, where it's like, nah, I'm not buying that, bro. Like, you seem like, all right, like if it's worth the money, you'll buy it, but like you like, yeah, I'm not doing
bro.
That don't make no sense. Really?
I hope there's some homies of mine in the chat here, bro, that'll vouch for me, because I was not frugal, dog.
No.
When I had like bands, like I would just literally spend it all on the homies getting drunk at the bar. We would go to Six Flags whenever I want on the weekend. I would take them out to dinners, like doing random stuff.
In that sense, I mean, like clothes. Like, would you go out and spend $500 on like a sweater or something like that? Like,
so I would, bro, but I was so like particular. Like I've always been a very picky person, bro.
Me too.
And I don't know. I'm thankful for it, but then there's sometimes where I'm not. Like when it comes to eating food and stuff, I'm like, damn, dude, I wish I wasn't so damn picky. Right. But like when it came to my clothes and whatnot, as I always had like a very select, like, no, I want that and not anything close to that. Like, no, I want it like this, not like that. And I would never like go out of my way with like, say, like the J's, where like, there's always a grand amount of J's that I wanted, or shoes out there that I wanted. But I wouldn't pick those up until I found them for the right price.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't like, just because I could find them, say, some J's that I wanted for 400, and I'm thinking to myself like, nah, I could really probably snipe those if I wait for like 3, and sheesh, sure enough, I just waited a month and I got them for 3. I was always doing it like that. So I was very particular about getting my value out of what I spent. You know what I meant?
Yeah, Hex does that for you.
Exactly. Now I get my value. Now I'm getting my value out of my dollar.
Yes, exactly.
I dropped $1 and I picked up 5, and it feels great. Right.
Shit, maybe even more, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
And I think if we could synonymize that with fashion and kind of cross that bridge or bridge that gap, and show people like there's no difference between StockX and StockX. You know what I mean? Like, there's no difference between the two, man. You if you save your sneaker and you keep them and you keep them in good conditions, you can save a certain pair of sneaker or a certain type of sneaker for years on, and be able to get money back from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah, that might just have to be the next platform for Pulse, bro. Is stock Hex, and we'll be a reselling shoe service and hype goods. And you can only buy in Hex.
Yep, you only buy Hex, or you can
no KYC.
Or you could do what you could do is, and this is something probably we should discuss over what's next. This might be something that could be possible, you know, like because that's basically a store of value. So if we can find a space, people can actually swap out their items for Hex and then store it.
Exactly. Right. There we have it, bro. We might be up to something.
You never know, man.
And you guys were worried that clothes had nothing to do with crypto. Look at you guys. Come on. It has everything to do with it. For real, like what I will say is that I love Hex because there's a lot of people who did not care about their clothing before now. There's a lot of people who didn't care about Rolexes, stuff like that until now.
Yeah.
I saw Johnny Chaos, like I think last week, and he was saying spent like $1,000 on Hex merchandise. Good for him. You know, I probably wouldn't spend that much on Hex merchandise, but that just shows you exactly. But that just shows you that there's something out there that's getting people to come back and say, you know what, I want to rock this. I want to rep this. I want to tell everybody about it. I want everybody to see it. I want everybody to know about it. And I want somebody else to maybe learn something when I wear this, you know? And that's what I like to do with my Hex merchandise. And I consider anybody else to do the same thing is be aware of where you're wearing your clothing. You know, be aware of that. And I think that's kind of to Whale's point back up there at the top was, you know, you're going to look or go around looking like a lick, but, you know, be aware of what clothing you're wearing. Like if you're wearing a Hex t-shirt and you really want to advertise it, maybe wear it to the fair that day. You know, maybe wear it down to the laundromat. Maybe wear it down to whatever restaurant you're going to have food at. Do that, you know, wear it in a very public place and do what you should do. If you want it,
I'm sorry, because that goes back to quality, right? Like that goes back to delivering a quality t-shirt, a quality polo shirt, a quality jacket for these guys and, you know, women to wear and want to wear, actually, like to wear this to, you know, wear a polo shirt to maybe a golfing event and this is like maybe for the older guys or something like that. But like, I want to be able to hit every tier. Like, okay, well, the guys will wear more polo shirts. So if we're going to do polo shirts, we make sure we do a solid polo shirt. You know, we make sure we do a solid embroidery stitch. We make sure the collar is a certain way. And we ask questions within the community. Like, what do you like about this? What do you like about that? Like, what you think we should change here? And then getting that input from those people, that'll kind of take the brand itself to the next level of making sure everybody in the community that wants to spend that kind of money to be involved. Because when you're involved in it, like that was kind of my idea. So I'm definitely going to purchase it. You know, like you're going to purchase it because it caters to you as an individual. So I like the idea of having, you know, those tiers of maybe jackets as one thing we can kind of do. And then we got the Richard Hart t-shirt directly from the Hart t-shirt that kind of gives the positive message, right? Like we want to start with like, okay, well, these are limited things. These are things that years from now, it can become real classic pieces that, oh shit, it's only this many pieces, man. Like it came out, you know, it came out in the first 2 years of Hex. 15 years later, those same particular items could possibly be NFT. Just saying. Just saying. Exactly. And you can hold those and literally use maybe those NFTs as collateral to take out loans or use it as maybe, I don't know, like, what's the other thing you can do with the NFTs? NFTs kind of suck.
I hate NFTs.
But you know, we'll figure something out. Technology has always grown, so I'm sure there's some type of mastermind out there where it's like, well, you can do this with it too. You know, like I don't know. But when Post-Chain launches, I think we'll have a better idea how we can do it with NFTs and fashion. I think that's the only way those two things are kind of merge, where crypto and fashion kind of comes together. Besides what we're doing with culture within the community, right? Because within crypto, there's culture. right? But then within the Hex community, there's a different type of culture that no other
crypto
has, bro. Like no, like Richard and the other Hexicans within the community they talk directly to a particular type of person, and those particular type of people always get left out. We usually either get on too late or we didn't hear it, and it's not because we're not interested. It's because nothing grabbed our attention to bring us in sooner, right? Like you said, Hiroshi, he got fudded out, right? Like he's hearing all this bull crap, and it's like, man, I'm done. Like I don't know, man. You got to go with your heart. So if your heart is not telling you that this is right or what's not right, then you're gonna fall back and be like, I'm good. But Richard definitely changes your perspective, so that directly from the heart T-shirt introduces people to a different Richard. It introduces them to the original Richard, or the beginning of this is what Richard is. This is why he's doing what he's doing, right? So that T-shirt is definitely a great opening to start.
Yeah,
we definitely want to maybe figure out how we can kind of get that movement, get the T-shirt movement, and have the jackets kind of follow right behind it, man. That's the real plan.
Got you. Yeah, no, I agree. I want to show the shirt right now.
Yeah.
Let me find it here. I want to show this one off a bit, and let me know when you guys can see on your end. Let's see. Whoops. My bad.
Yeah, I agree, Hiroshi. Golden Goose and other companies like that, they have already a community that grew with them. So you inherit it. If let's say for instance, Golden Goose was my mom or my dad's like favorite brand of back in the day or whatever, because it has a prestigious background to it. If it does, I mean, Golden Goose is definitely a solid brand, but that's probably not a brand that we would follow more. We would probably follow more of like, maybe if it was compared to the Golden Goose, maybe a North Face or, those kind of companies where it's like, we know about them more. But these particular companies, they already have like a solid community of followers, right? Like they already have look at Coach, for instance. Coach itself, you would think they'll die out, but they're continuing to target particular demographic, and they're targeting like particular artists and particular influencers, and if you look at it, they're being very particular. Like they're looking at like the Michael B. Jordans. They could have easily went to maybe a 2 Chainz or some shit. I don't know, but they still want that particular look. They want a particular person wearing their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what holds the foundation. That's what keeps it vintage. That's what keeps it prestige. When you have a certain influencer or a certain person that wears a certain type of person. It doesn't have to even be an influencer. It's just, this is the type of person I want in my stuff. It's basically what they be saying. Did it pop up yet?
No, so I was getting ready to say, my bad. So because of StreamYard's preferences, I have to quit Chrome. I don't know what that's going to do to the stream, so I'm going to have to opt out of doing it at this moment.
Well, we can post it on Twitter, right?
Yeah, they're definitely on Twitter. I just wanted to kind of share them here on stream as well to get everybody on YouTube. But I failed. I rug pulled everybody. I gave everybody too many expectations, and I let them down. But I think we're pretty much good here, man. I mean, if there's any other points you guys wanted to talk about, or any questions you guys might have about the clothing or stuff that you'd like to see, or maybe some ideas that you guys have about the gamification of the clothing, let us know. We definitely want to make this clothing that you guys are interested in, because I don't sleep at night if I'm not enjoyed by the masses. For real. No, I just want for real. It's a little realistic, but I just want people to enjoy what I put out there. So if people don't like what I put out there, I want to work on it. I don't want to put out just something that's average. I want y'all to keep me in check too. If you like something, if you don't like something,
let us know. Yeah, that's why I put the jacket up. I didn't even want to put the jacket up. I showed you the jacket back when we was in Vegas and shit, and I was just like, should I post it? And I want to make some changes to it, obviously. I actually am happy that I posted it. Yeah. Supima Cottons is definitely one of the cottons I want to print on. Like that's the only T-shirts I print on.
Yeah,
and I got a solid company in Denver that does them too. So maybe
we can check it out. I'll be happy to. And we're over here in like LA, Los Angeles area. There's tons of good, tons of good shirts out here. So I mean, we can definitely, get something done in a weekend, and I can come back here and hopefully be able to show the sample off on screen, to everybody without having to just screen share, so you guys see more than just a mock-up. But
same here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on the jacket as well. So if we get the t-shirt done, and then get the jacket done, and then maybe we can right behind each other. Give me a second, my dog is crazy. Don't come back in.
I appreciate everybody showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
Directly from the heart, number 2, not the number 1, because number 2 is the best validator on Pulse. So we're always trying to be number 2.
Word. I'm looking at some of the comments. It would be a brand for Hexicans, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It wouldn't be like a Hex brand. We would probably get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Richard would be upset.
Yeah, exactly. And I've reached out to Richard. I've tried to give him some shouts in the DMs on Telegram, just to kind of show him what we're doing. And I have yet to hear anything. So if anybody,
he probably thinks it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, if the guy is busy working and he can't reply to me about T-shirts, I am
not mad at that. Yeah, exactly.
Not at all. If Pulse is getting off the ground and he's not talking about my T-shirts, that is okay.
Right,
exactly. But I just want to make sure that he doesn't feel offended by anything. The way I see it is, I want to make this directly from the heart brand something pivotal, not only just for the crypto community, but something pivotal for the fashion industry, because it's something that both worlds have never seen, right? Fashion has never really truly seen crypto. They've only seen NFTs, which is something you can't wear, So crypto's never seen fashion. They've only seen NFTs, which is, again, something you can't wear. So nobody's ever truly embodied this. We're getting closer and closer every single day. And I think that we are the ones to do it. I think we're the ones to kind of push it a step further and try with all our might, blood, sweat,
at least get the conversation really started. Like,
exactly.
In a sense, like, they physically got things done.
Yeah, nothing is here, it's just very bare bones. And I hope you guys can wake up and smell that too. That, tomorrow you realize, looking around at the cryptocurrency merchandise that is available to the masses, like just how copy and paste it is. Nothing against it. Again, I own the mug. I own the Hex Haters mug. I have one. I own Hex T-shirts. I own all of it. Like mohair Hex. Yeah, mohair Hex chart sweater, bro. I feel that. But there's just, we got to realize that there's a quality we got to have. We got to have a really good quality out here, guys. And if we preach quality like we do in what we invest in, we should preach quality in what we wear and what we eat and what we think and what we sleep, everything. It's a diamond technique. Everything, every angle must be applied with even heat and pressure to make a diamond.
Now,
that's the only way that a diamond is made.
For sure. And let's not, confuse the fact that we're not saying that, you have to buy these high quality items or anything like that. We're just saying this is something that we're trying to do, where we're trying to kind of like direct the brand or the Hex community to kind of be like, this is what we're doing, this is what we're standing on. And if you want quality goods, then holla at us, basically. We're not going to try to, and then if you want quality limited goods, definitely holla at us. But if you don't, that's the main thing. And that's what wins in the culture, and the culture that we're from, especially like, as far as like hype beats and fashion and all that stuff. Like, if it's not limited, man, like, nobody cares,
get out of here.
Bro.
We're not even talking about it.
It's not,
were they general release? We're not even talking about them.
Not at all.
I could go down to the store and get 4 of them. We're not talking about them, you know.
And we taking payments in heads.
Yeah, not in what's it called right here? Hiroshi just said this. Some shit Richard's willing to dox for. I agree, bro. I honest to God, bro, if you must hear the truth, when I had sent him the messages, if he had replied to me, I was going to tell him, like, look, is there a way I can send this to a proxy service for you? Like somebody that you feel comfortable being a third party to ship? Because I know he probably won't just give it to an average Joe Schmo, give it to just, Purple Leaf on Twitter. Sure, here's my address. But, hey, I was going to ask him if you replied, is there a proxy service I can send this to?
Yeah.
So that way you can have it, you can receive it, free of charge, of course, because you've done enough for me. You put enough money in my pocket.
Right.
Here's something for you.
Right.
And the day he replies and he's willing to work with us back, I have the biggest care package for him. There's no doubt in my mind that we can make something dope enough for him to want.
Yeah.
Because that's all we are capable of doing.
Yeah.
So
I say let's just do it and then and let's put it together, and then when he's ready for it, we pull the trigger on it.
Yep, that's it. The moment he responds, man, it's it. And no, I didn't see this actually. Y'all heard that Motley and them are working on a Hex watch. I didn't see that at all.
I saw the Rolex. I saw a Rolex with a squid on it, but I think that was like something else though.
Yeah, he said not Rolex, but they said another high-end brand.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. I mean, it sounds like Richard is trying to buy other brand watches as well to pull in there.
Like Richard Mill. What is that? Like the something?
That's like the number one hip hop watch right now.
Yeah,
that's the number one hip hop watch for sure. Like there's I just seen Diddy with the McLaren one on, and his shit was flooded, bro. Diamonds flooded.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm not one for the rubber bands though. I will say, I don't like the rubber bands. Like they've always just kind of reminded me of like the watches that we would wear in like 2011.
Like
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, like there was G-Shocks and there was another one, bro. I forgot which other one it was because it was like a metal with a rubber band. Because the G-Shocks I had were just all rubber.
Okay.
Or, like plastic.
Yeah.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Mine were all plastic. I had like a blue one, a white one, a purple one.
G-Shocks is the shit.
Yeah, G-Shocks. I love.
I still give me a good G-Shock. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Kid Cudi had one that was like flooded out, and I was like, "See, this makes me want to buy a G-Shock again."
Yeah.
They're a good watch.
No, they are. They are definitely good watches. Definitely, and we grew up with those kind of watches. Like, I mean, even Richard. I'm sure Richard grew up knowing what G-Shocks were, and he's a little bit older. He's like an older brother to us, but it's like it's a solid brand, it's a solid company. So. I mean, even a collab with them would be kind of dope, like maybe a street, like more of a street level of, things of like kind of doing something. Because I feel like, maybe not, definitely, because they're not really known for like higher end stuff. They might do a collab with like maybe a Babe or something like that, but they're not doing like they're not doing like Givenchy collabs or Saint Laurent collabs or anything like that.
No, they're not. They're definitely not doing that.
And we want to definitely keep hexing that level of like that prestige level of like, the Louis Vuittons, the Rolexes, those brands that have like the fashion houses or just that history behind it, like the Hermeses and all that. We want to definitely keep hexing that in that conversation, those conversations. When you speak in those high end brands, hex should always come up.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the approach we definitely want to take, bro. For real.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I love the work that's being done out there. Like Gold Key, he did the the leather sort of vector on
the Louis Vuitton print.
Louis Vuitton with the Hex logo. I thought that was really good. And I helped out Trapavelli put that on his album art for one of his singles here. And it's a good graphic, bro, and it just looks good. Like that logo, it's true. It's a good logo. Like you can derive so many meanings from looking at that logo. Like you can either look at the empty space, or the negative space or the positive space, and it's just all there. Whether you look at it as the bigger hexagon consuming the others or the smaller hexagon growing to the other one. It's it's a damn good logo. So
he definitely put his time to it.
It
came out pretty clean too.
Yeah, no, it's a good logo, man. I'm impressed thoroughly, and I can see why you know, he feels so strongly about it, and I want to see it go, you know, to where it needs to go, because it definitely could be, you know, collabed with pieces that are high end. You know,
True.
the way that mashed so well with the Louis Vuitton like monogram, it's like, holy hell,
like
bro, this is almost like it's supposed to be there. You know, like it's just so natural, fits well, good symmetry, everything's there. Yeah. Can't beat it. And Hiroshi said here, he said, okay, but wait, why does Richard say we do all the work? Doesn't that mean we can use the logo or not? I agree. If you know, if there's no expectation from the work of others, right? So I'm putting in all the work here, Rich. Help me out here. Let me send you a care package. Yeah, if we do line up a G-Shock collab, I'd be happy to slap a Hex logo in there.
Straight up.
I do. I will say, like, as designs go, one of the better ones I've been seeing recently has been like this half Hex logo, half Pulse logo thing.
I haven't
seen like Randy Hilarski wearing a shirt of it.
Nice.
Some other people, but I like that. Like that's the type of stuff that like is a little more creative. You know, it would be nice to use a logo like that, and you know, do some ode to Richard there, because you know both of those are his products.
Right.
So it's nice. It's nice to see that, and it is nice to see some creativity. Like I said, the music overall is getting better. People are trying to put in more work.
Yeah.
The creatives are getting more creative. The streamers are getting better. Maddie has like all these animations and different layouts now for his videos. Everybody's just doing their job. You know, everybody is just on their Hex stuff right now, and they're doing.
It's motivational, man. I watch it. I'm watching it. I'm watching how everybody has grown. And it's growing in real time. And I'm like, man, we got to get more consistent, jump on these live streams a little bit more. But these conversations are definitely needed. I think, you know, when we start getting on a lot more, when we figure out the consistency and scheduling, and I don't want to. I can get on more than you probably can, because you know more at work than I am. But I feel like me getting on these live streams by myself is like, I already talked to myself enough. I already talked to myself enough. So do not have me going live and literally getting addicted to it. I'll be on every day almost talking about my thoughts. You know, like I think I saw Trayvon James video earlier. He was like literally talking down, looking at the table the whole time, because I know there's so much shit going on in his head, man. Like,
facts,
you know,
bro.
but he has to let it out. Yo, Trayvon, you listening? If you ever see this, bro, like we want to see and hear that kind of stuff, because it makes you more like human. Like, it's cool, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I've been seeing his videos, bro, and like how many edits and cuts and stops there are. Yeah. I'm like, yep, that's a man who is in there recording by himself. 100%. Like, just being way too critical of what he can and can't keep. You know, he's not just going with it. And I agree. That's why I just want to do lives for the most part. Like, not too many like pre-recorded videos. I don't care for it. I'm more. The way I've seen it from coming in off the hip to the Hex community, you know, granted, like only, what is it now, like 3 months old, but the way I came in was the live streams, right? And was like seeing everybody in here talking to each other in the comments, building the community, talking to people in the YouTube comments, and then going over to Twitter and finding their profile and then following them and then talking to them there and then engaging with them and learning from them, because they post other Hex stuff and they post other content and they post stuff that makes you understand what you're looking at when you don't know what you're looking at. So it was all a real big welcoming hand to have the Hex streamers around and have the Hex community. Absolutely. So the way I see it is like, hey, if there's some guys out there that are kind of like me, you know, little weird, little nerdy when it comes to a computer, likes clothes, a little bit of street in that regard, but you know, you're into crypto and you don't know what the hell you're looking at because you don't want to speak up and ask questions because you got either ego, pride, or something else on the side. Hey, at least you're here. You found this place where guys like us are all pretty normal. We're all doing the same thing. We all at one point had no idea what we were looking at. And then got a few T-shares, and now we understand that we own some money printers.
That's right.
And that's the game. The game is to just buy as many money printers as you can. It's a really simple game. That's all we're trying to do in Hex. If anybody can understand it from a weird angle, it's just try and buy as many money printers as you can.
And money printers the T-shirts, by the way.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Those are your t-shirts. And after you've done that, you've pretty much beaten the game. You just sit back and wait for it to complete itself, and you'll be good.
Speaking of
And that's just a
t-shirts,
day. What's up?
stacking them up, like getting them, you know, like because what I've been doing lately is because t-shirts are becoming so much more expensive.
Yeah.
I've been having to buy them in quarters, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I gotta like build these t-shirts up, and I know it's cool because you know you'll eventually have your B shares. You know, the B shares are gonna be next in line, but
Yeah.
you know we're so early in it, we can still you know obtain at least one t-shirt as possible still. So I'm like,
you can still do it.
yeah, no,
It's
for
just
sure.
pain.
Yeah, you're not gonna get like it's gonna be harder to get like 30, 40 t-shirts now though. Like, you know, like it's a little bit difficult to do that. Unless you're well, you can kind of come in and do it, of course. But even then, that's still a nice little chunk of change just to get, you know, just to stake, you know, for a certain amount of time. Because then you got to stake beyond in order to get
what you did the last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The way I see it is like, even if you were to come in and like be intimidated by the t-shirt price today, I still think you have a lot of money to be made, even just keeping it liquid, right? Like back to like that topic we were talking about last week. Like, you don't have to stake it. Don't get me wrong. Is staking really dope? Do you get a lot more money from staking? Yeah, because you're probably going to hold on to your speculative asset, and if you're going to hold on to it, why not get paid more of that speculative asset for holding on to it for a back time? So you don't have to do that because obviously it costs money, right? We have to get X amount to get X amount back. So, okay, just sit on your hands then. Build some self-control. If you can't afford a t-shirt, bro, work on yourself. It's okay. You don't have to have the money. Just work on yourself. Just work on your self-control. So that way you can handle just keeping it liquid. You won't get the insane interest. Lock some of it away, right? Some people do the 5-5-5-5, so that way you get a third. You're only paying a third of the t-share price, right? So, you know, some people do that to get their t-share rate, but some people can't see 15 years ahead. I still think it's the best thing to do is to have at least some 15 years. You know,
I think if you're just starting out, the approach I would take is more or less accumulating, doing the math on what you can afford to invest, and then accumulate as many t-shirts as you possibly can. Once you start understanding how t-shirts work, even if you can get half a t-shirt, if you can push it out further enough, you can get 1.5. You know, like you can get at least a t-shirt. So it depends on how much money you're, you know, you're willing to sacrifice or willing to invest rather, or you know, to hold. The way, you know, I would, you know, tell someone that was just starting is probably like maybe try to create maybe a 5-year one, a 10-year one, and then maybe a 15-year one. You know, like build up from there. Like do maybe a 10-year one and come down. You know, like you know, start in that range. You don't have to do a 15-year one. Just do like maybe a 10-year one if a 15-year one sound crazy. And then after that, do a 5-year. And after that, do a 2-year. And then after that, do a 1-year. And then build yourself up as you go. And you can build yourself within that year, and then build yourself within the second year. And by the time you've, you know, running into your first year, you should have a nice large lump sum of money that you don't probably, you know, have to touch, hopefully. And you can kind of accumulate those and throw them further out, you know, and step and repeat. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. I don't know if it'll work. It's game theory still, you know.
I get you. For sure. The way I saw Trayvon just post last week or so was he was like talking about like his staking strategy. And funny enough, that's the exact one that I'm doing. Like that's the exact strategy that I've been encouraging to my friends here, like that I've onboarded. Is I tell them, look, set it up so that way you have a 15, a 14, a 13, a 12, an 11, a 10. You know, go down in a straight line and get at least 2 to 4 per each year, and do that all within this 1 year. So that way, after your first 1 year, you're done, bro.
And not only that,
you're done. You don't have to keep doing it.
Not only that, t-shirts go up, bro. So the quicker the better. Like if you can get in now and try to get a t-shirt, and I'm not trying to FOMO nobody. I'm not trying to FOMO nobody. You know what I'm just saying? Like, you know, like if this is something that you're trying to do and you understand the game theory behind it and how it works, try to get a t-shirt as soon as you can. and do it based on.
Yeah, just hold on to a couple, bro. Like
that's it. And again, and do everything else liquid.
Exactly. Like the payouts are gonna get higher as the rate ratchets too. So like while the rate is ratcheting up and the payouts become higher, it's to modify the system to adjust to the higher T-share rate, right? Because less people are going to be able to afford a T-share. So those people back in day one, that's why it's so pivotal that people did their 15s, is they are going to constantly see that T-share rate acceleration and that T-share rate payout amplified constantly going up. Because if you look at the chart, Whales posts, it just goes up and it's stagnant. It goes up, it's stagnant. It's just up and to the right. It's following the T-share price.
Right. It does what the T-share's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Until Head start acting crazy. Then T-share.
Right. Right. So the only thing that we have right now, bro, on our side, I feel like, is time, especially as young dudes. You know,
and the community, of course.
Yeah, we got the community, of course. No, but I'm saying independently, as somebody looking at what you're getting ready to invest in and getting ready to buy. Like, what do you have if you're about 25 to 30 years old? You have time, dude.
Yeah,
you have time. You got some time. So think to yourself about a comfortable range of time that you're willing to go without X amount of money, and push it a little bit, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to build and you're trying to grow. So if you think 10 years is the max, I push it 11, you know, 12, go a little bit further, you know, because I didn't end up doing my first 15 probably till like my 5th or 6th stake.
Okay.
And I didn't do it until then, until I watched enough quant gang videos till I realized, like, which again, shout out Maddie, shout out Kareem, shout out Whales. That's like the holy trinity right there.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah, if you want to get in-depth information, Kareem definitely gonna give it to you. Whales definitely gonna give it to you.
Yeah, Whales about to give it to you live in 15 minutes.
Word. We about to get about 15 minutes anyway. We gotta check Whales out. But yeah, for sure, man. Like, we definitely need to like onboard some younger cats and get them more involved. Definitely, maybe, you know, like, we got to talk, we got to, talk offline about it. But like, yeah, we definitely try to figure out a way to do that, and I think we'll be fine. You laughing?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's been a great stream, man. Definitely gonna have to chop it up. We'll be talking soon, and then hopefully we'll be back here this time next week, or maybe like Friday or something like that.
Yeah, Friday sounds good. I can definitely do Friday.
All right. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think?
Yeah, like, let us know what we should talk about, man. We want to talk about more fashion topics. We can definitely do that. Culture, music. We want to just definitely bring a whole different stream to the Hex community. I know we get tired of, like, all the Hex pricing and charts and stuff like that. We definitely should bring more, something more to the table, for sure. I mean, we definitely want to talk about herb. We want to talk about everything that's culture related, bro. Like,
exactly.
We're gonna bring the fire, man. So we're gonna look at the comments. At least me, especially. I'm gonna definitely look at the video over again, and see what I can do better and all that. But like, the comments is what I want to see, because that's what gives us that motivation, and also it gives us an idea of what we can talk about for the next stream. So yeah, definitely do that.
Thoughts on dream homes, cars, philanthropy, etc. Yeah, we can definitely touch on that. I have one that I did talk to Jay about. We wanted to bring on Hexmac and talk to him a bit about some psychonaut experiences with psilocybin, mushrooms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of pick your brain,
educate ourselves on that.
Yeah. I know my boy Hiroshi, he likes the DMT. We've talked about psilocybin before.
I have no clue what he's talking about, y'all, but I'm willing to learn.
It's medicine, bro, for real. Yeah. That's the best way I could explain it. It was an eye-opening experience eating some herbs out there. It's like the way we look at ganja, bro.
Gotcha.
Seeing a plant, seeing Mother Earth,
Yeah.
Fungi's older than any life on our planet, bro. It's been here. It's been here to see the dinosaurs do their thing. So when you eat those, it's like going into a blast.
That's exactly what it is. Because that's how I feel when I spark one up, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go somewhere else. I'll be back. So,
So I'm gonna bring on Hex Mac and some of the
Dope.
other Psychonauts. We have a chat on Telegram.
Okay.
About like 6-7 people, so that might be a good one. Bring on a good party on here. Have everybody talk it up a bit.
For sure.
Yeah, mushroom stocks are booming. Yes, I agree. I'm in a couple. I think let's see how. Hold me to my word, Hiroshi. Let's see if mine is doing good.
So I didn't even know they had mushroom stocks, so we got to talk about that too. Did not know that. That's crazy. See, I'm learning as I go. See, that's my whole thing. My whole thing is to bring different culture to the community, and you have a different aspect. I have a different approach. You know what I mean? Like we have, you know, different points of view of it, but it's at the end of the day, we're all going to the same destination.
Facts. Yeah, we just took different paths to get here, bro. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No, my mushroom stocks are doing terrible, Hiroshi. They are not doing good. If we must, I'm negative 44.9 on Aikido Pharma. This is some mushroom thing that I bought. Like, when did I buy this? Probably bought this like 5 months ago. Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah,
terrible decision. Yeah.
Now you got to really stick to it now.
Oh no, yeah. That just became a hodl. That became a hodl not because of no choice of my own. That's just because that was a terrible decision.
At the wrong place, the wrong time.
Yeah, that was me earlier this year, bro. Like right before I found Hex, I was just scrambling, trying to buy things. Like, oh, I like mushrooms. Like, so maybe I should find a mushroom stock, you know? And that went well.
That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, but you know, it was the only reason why I did it was because like I had made my money off of Doge, I made my money off of the Bitcoin, and I was just like, wow, like what else? You know, how can I spread the money? But then I started stretching it thin, you know, putting it in too many places and too many like little low float stocks, trying to chase like weird alphas and shit, and just wasn't good, bro. Wasn't good. So,
well, lucky you found Rich Hex. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm up like 10x, I'm just chilling. I could care less about my $50 and Keto Pharma or whatever the hell. For real, that's nothing. I could care less now.
Nah, seriously.
It's good. It's good. But I'm happy to do this with you, man. Hopefully we can do this next Friday or next Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody will be around then, and we can figure out when we can set up the Psychonaut one, because I know that one is being talked about daily in this Telegram chat. So I'll figure it out from them and see what they want to do, and hopefully we'll see you guys all back then.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about it when we get back. And this is gonna be good, man. I'm excited, bro. I really am.
Me too.
All right, guys. If you can, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Wells is up next. He's gonna have a good show, so we're gonna all tune in there. If you got time, check that out. Again, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate the community. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Shit about to get lit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a blessed day. Bye.